Me see all these people in them who saying, hey, what happened? We just see nothing, nothing. You're not here, you're not away up to you're not fine. So I think you're having a little issue there, but it's back. Good morning. Somebody saying, knowing you, you gave Agnes enough horrors. Well, well, well. What is the audacity of this person? Hey, hey. Good morning, anyway. We have somebody online. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Donald. And how are you this morning?
How do?
Two birthday for you.
Always.
Right. Thank God for that.
Thank God for that.
And I hear you talking about if you wondering what kind of discomfort you gave your mother before you came into this world.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody do you give a lot. That's why you behaving like that.
Muna, you was there when I was born?
No.
Okay.
No. But
Just making
actions speak louder than words.
I don't know. I wasn't there, you know. I come
By
there.
bully up the all mango tree and all kind of thing was the ball.
Yeah.
But I know actions speak louder words.
Actions speak louder than words?
Yes.
Wow,
You action, you do easy, you know.
Muna, you come on my show yesterday.
I always there. You blind than me then.
Yeah, sure.
You can see me.
Sorry about this yesterday. You were you sent for?
I didn't have nothing, Papa. I was looking to beg all you this morning.
Oh, okay.
You and
What?
DJ.
What? Let me tell you something now.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually these people and them for closing marketing board. You won't believe it. I doesn't get to see
what?
Heidi. I doesn't get to see Heidi.
Well, cry.
If I want to cry, Heidi, I don't see her. Just so they take away me courses from me. Just so.
She there up there where she eating monkey.
Yeah, monkey alone she eating up there.
You story not only monkey, a tattoo too, ya guana,
ya crayfish?
Hey, and manikutu.
Oi. But when I see, I won't recognize her when I see her.
No, because she go change. and you, not change, transformation.
The transformation will take
not
place.
Changing, transforming.
Yeah.
Mr. Donald,
I love
behave yourself.
I trying.
And tell BJ Manning, and BJ go have to start to make sacrifice, you know.
Don't worry, thing will work.
You hear you? You hypocrite too much, you know.
I tell the thing will work, man. Don't worry now, man.
You know me, you know my tongue no good, eh?
I know that. You're born so.
And always.
Month you come out here?
And where you come out in Goli? You making me tell people where you come out?
I don't mind.
You have to watch River Sally and you have to watch the pasture?
I'm very proud of where I'm from.
Okay then. Have a blessed day.
You too, darling. Take care. Somebody asked me if Wizard is an ambassador or consul general. Well, okay. There it is. Let me see if I can check the list. Yeah. Let me see if I can check the list. The person ask is Black Wizard, is he ambassador or is he a consul general? Hold on now, all you're busy, so I'm gonna see the list. I didn't see that list there. So what the list is? Yeah, I supposed to have it somewhere in the chat. Is Elwin McQuilkin okay? Okay, I'll just read the caption. Well, no, you know, interestingly, I only have who is going where. I don't have the title. So I wish somebody can appraise me with the title for Elwin McQuilkin, Black Wizard, as he goes off to Trinidad. Is he an ambassador or is he a consul general? And could somebody tell me what's the difference? Yeah, all of these smart people and them. What is the difference between an ambassador and a consul general? Oh, I have someone who is there, and I'm sure that person can fill us up in what is the difference between a consul general and an ambassador. That would be nice to know. Educate the people.
Yes,
Come on now.
agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one.
Partner open bat, what happening, boy? But I doesn't see my mutual friend again at all. Like he just let me go ahead. Ain't seeing, ain't hearing. Good morning, how you doing? Eh. Well, if only know they want to hang up on me, what all you call it for? Don't do that now, man. All you kind of trying to diss my program. Good morning, Scoops. Yeah, I've Scoops in a while, boy, so I'm going to shout him out. Say hi and hello to you. Pat Kip James. What is Pat saying? Good morning, Andre and the Real FM family. Thank you, Pat. Good morning. Hello? Eh. Like, what's going on there? All right. We gonna try again? Try and try again, boy. You'll succeed at last. That's all I could say. Google it. I ain't Googling nothing. Want somebody to call me and tell me. Don't tell me Google it. Google it what? Google the walking by me today. Google not working here. Yeah. So nobody knows? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, there's a difference. Because what's his name? Jerry Hopkin. He is. Well, I did hear from another news entity that Jerry Hopkin is the Consul General in Canada. So I don't know. It kind of puzzling. Or maybe somebody will send me some information or call in to say exactly what a parry is. To the folks in River Sally, top of the morning to you. Yeah, here's hoping that you have a wonderful day today. A gentleman just sent me something and it reads like this: success has a price tag on it. And the tag reads: courage, determination, discipline, risk-taking, perseverance, and consistency. Doing the right thing for the right reasons and not just when we feel like it. Success. Missing one thing: opportunity. Yeah, should be added to that. If there's no opportunity, then there'll be no success. You know that. Come on. All right, let's go back and see. Let me see. What? Let me see, people. Embassy versus consulate. What is the difference? Well, let me go now. Yeah, let me do a little kind of thing this morning until BJ gets here. Now, we can talk agriculture. If you got information and you want to exchange it, fine. An embassy and a consulate are both government offices located in foreign countries with different functions. An embassy is a diplomatic mission that represents the government of one country in another. It is usually located in the capital city of the host country and is staffed by a team of diplomats who work to promote the interests of their home country in the host country. The ambassador is the head of the embassy and is the primary representative of the government in the host country. A consulate, on the other hand, is a smaller office that is typically located in a major city of the host country. Its main purpose is to provide consular services to citizens of the home country who are traveling or living abroad. These services may include issuing visas, aiding in emergencies, and helping citizens who have lost their passports or are in legal trouble. In summary, embassies are primarily focused on political and diplomatic affairs, while consulates are primarily focused on providing consular services to citizens of the home country in the host country. All right, so here's what, again, how an embassy is different from a consulate. Here are a few points that you may want to note. Wow, we have a few, but I'm going to read about a couple. I ain't going to read all that. Embassies are generally larger than consulates and are staffed by a team of diplomats, while consulates are smaller and have fewer staff members. Embassies are usually located in the capital city of the host country, and consulates are located in major cities. The head of the embassy is called an ambassador. The head of the consulate is called a consul. And that is spelled CONSUL, all right? Embassies are responsible for representing the interests of their home country in the host country, and consulate primarily provides services to citizens of the home country who are living or traveling to the host country. All right, so here's what. Mr. Jerry Hopkins. Well, you can get no big thing, man. I say, well, Jerry, that little thing they give you. Boy, Andre, what's your mouth now, man? How you so? But no, I say Jerry will get that big thing. The consul general is nothing. That little thing. You get a little office. Downstairs a building somewhere. I say you get big embassy where you have big staff and thing, Jerry. They do you bad, man. They can do better than that. Yeah, they can do you better than that, Virgin. Yeah. They can give you like big staffing and thing. And you just need to provide service with passport. You can't make no political statement, Jerry. Forget that.
It's the number one.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply Playway winnings by adding Multi-X, your regular Playway bets, to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 $140 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Coming soon to authorized agents near you. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
The Sates Evangelical Church Women's Ministry invites the general public to its annual Easter Monday sale at the Monfenja Junction, aka Silcotton Junction. On sale will be a variety of eats and drinks, including bakes and saltfish, rotis, both fish and chicken and chips, confectionery, Tanya log, local drinks, cakes, and many more. Starting time 9:30 a.m. Get there early before your favorites are gone. Thanking you for your support in this worthy cause.
Yes. Agriculture,
Sister Annette,
number one.
do thing, girl. Do thing, man.
Yes.
What's happening?
Oh yes,
Oh yes.
number one.
So yeah, but I really want to know whether or not what is Mr. McQuilkin's position in Trinidad, because Mr. Brizan, there was a Mr. Brizan there in Trinidad who was he was a consulate, yeah. But Mr. Brizan has now been moved. He's moved up the scale a bit because he had gone up New York actually. So Mr. Brizan is now in New York, and he is the consul general in New York. And it's a good thing this thing come up, because I'm telling you, the whole aspect of consul general and ambassador, I used to always wonder, well, what gives this? And only this morning now I realized that there's a distinct difference. Because I used to always wonder, well, how come we have ambassador in Washington and consul general in New York? Why we don't just have two ambassadors? I used to wonder all these things. Only to realize now that the ambassador has to be hosted in the capital. So in essence here, the embassy, any country wanting to put an embassy in Grenada and have diplomatic relations with Grenada, that embassy has to be in St. George, in that locale. They can live outside. They can live in Grenville. They can live in St. Patrick's, beautiful historical St. Patrick. They can live, but the office has to be in the capital. Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. So, can someone tell me whether or not, come on, so you mean no one knows what's the position of Elwin McQuilkin, Black Wizard? I know that he has he will be, well, he is part of the diplomatic entourage, if I can call it that. He definitely is part of it. But is he an ambassador or a consul general? Because Mr. Brizan was a consul general in Trinidad. So are they going to maintain or are they going to upscale? Right? So is it going to be a position that is maintained, meaning as Mr. Brizan was, or are they going to upscale it and make Mr. Wizard, Mr. Elwin McQuilkin, an ambassador? And Mr. Hopkins, I find a real do you bad in truth, no sir. Because being consul general, I know if you know Mr. Hopkins, you're responsible to, let me see, I will tell you who you're responsible to. Outside of being responsible to the, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Honorable MP for St. Patrick West, Honorable Joseph Andal. Outside of being responsible to him, I will tell you who else you're responsible to in case you don't know. Some of us doesn't know who we're responsible to and thing. So we just want to do a kind of monkey trick. All right. So, Mr. Jerry Hopkins, you be based in Toronto, yeah. But let me tell you who you're responsible to. You are responsible to Mr. Tally Francis. Why? But he's the High Commission. He will be, automatically he has that position once they did not name you as that. Yeah, once they did not name you as the High Commission in Canada, Mr. Hopkins, they name you Consul General. So if you're Consul General, then you are responsible to the ambassador who's going to be in Washington. and that is Mr. Tally Francis. You didn't know? Well, yeah. Come on, I tell you, boy, you have to do so. Check me. I go, straighten you out and give you information that you need to have. So, in any event, yes, Mr. Tally Francis is also responsible for, outside of responsible for the U.S., he's also responsible for Mexico and Canada and stuff like that. Yeah. So, Jerry, don't go, Mexico, Canada. I think he's also responsible for the OAS. Good. Yeah. Morning. You're responsible. You're the ambassador for Over the Hills. For Over the Hills, I put you over the hills. Over the. Yeah. We FM giving out awards? Nice, boy. So, okay. I'm wondering if we're not just saying he's the ambassador for Trinidad, because it could be that he's the consul general, because what they had before was a consul general. You sure? Okay. That's a good question. I can't answer that question, Bridget. I cannot answer that. Maybe he must be getting married, you never know. Maybe he must be getting married. But don't worry, BJ around, so we're gonna deal with that still. I don't know. I know Nicholas Braffett. I know Nicholas Braffett. I know that. Have a nice day, Fluff. All right, one love. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. 9 minutes before the top 8 o'clock. And he's here early this morning. Good morning, Bertrand John.
Morning, Andrew.
How are you doing, my brother?
Morning to the listening public. I am warm and easy as always, like your blouse this morning.
Blouse and skirts.
Yeah. Look trash.
Yeah. I look like trash? Boy, you can tell me I look like trash, BJ.
It look trash.
Trash?
Trash.
But trash is, you throw away trash.
Your brain is too old. That's modern day language. You look trash or you look fresh?
Bonje, look at the trouble in this world.
What a man looks straight. All of those are modern day language.
Right, so everything good? Got a position. I'm trying to find, is he an ambassador or a consul general? Morning. Oh, we lost that one. Is he an ambassador or a consul general? I'm trying to figure it out. Jerry Hopkins, I think, is consul general, so he's responsible to Tally Francis. Jerry, you can't do thing on your own, boy. You have to just relax and take it easy. If you raise your head, Tally will just tap you on it. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Andrew. Good morning, sir. Good morning to meet you. Good morning. How you all doing?
Morning, Kami.
I'm okay. You're peeping now. Yeah, you're peeping. Yes, love. Why? Why you can't?
Big money. So they don't care about poor people, Mr. Donald. They don't care. But Mr. Donald, I go tell you something before I go. They go see a lot of trouble. They go see a lot of trouble, Mr. Donald. Lennox Andrews and all of them, and Gloria and all of them go see a loveliness with it here. Because they suffering poor people. They suffering poor people at to all collectors, Mr. Dick Mitchell, to all. And they want to do it for me living. To pay me water bills so I could bed. Are you wicked? I was see a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And I'm not taking that back because I know what are they doing to both people. Advantage. Or they forget. The whole 9 of them inside they forget. They come out from poor family. That used to drink bush water sometimes when their mother couldn't buy a bread. Woe be unto all you this morning. Have a good day, Mr. Donald. Woe be unto y'all. That 9th in the cabinet. Woe be on. I leave all this in the 4 corner of Grenada. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Everybody want to sit down. Come, morning, beach.
Morning, Andrew.
How you do?
I am fine, just warm and easy as always. It's always difficult to listen to, should I use the word ordinary, poor people, complaining so bitterly about things that I personally think can be solved fairly easy. And I keep wondering, where are the brains? Where are the technocrats? In the whole scheme of things, we could be different. We could do things different. However, we stuck in our old pattern of thinking, whereby we think with our heart rather than with head. And there are too many heavy-hearted people doing the thinking around. And that's what the problem is. So we lose rationality, we lose humility, we lost tolerance. And I want to know what's going on with us. We are really nice people, We have a really nice country too. However, in recent time, I realized that politics seems to be creeping in everything and everywhere. And we draw distinct battle lines. And that in itself is creating a problem. You have to be inclusive. You have to deal with inclusivity. If you seriously want to develop in a sustainable way, no man is an island. You can't do it by yourself. And if you are, ruling and governing for the people, and you get your mandate by the people, whatever you're doing, you should consult with them at every given opportunity.
It's well, the thing is, I could, and I have to, and we have to understand, and I'm speaking here in relation to what Camille just said, that there must be a certain level of control at the terminal.
Of course.
See a certain level of control. And economic situation determines control. Is that correct, BJ? Am I correct here?
Of course, Andre.
Because the reason why people like Cammy and so would be doing the lecture in terms of selling yam or blogo or bananas or whatever, breadfruit, is not because they want to, but because the situation affords them to use that to do so, contribute to the pot, to the whole pot of funds that they will have to pay. The person who fries the chicken, again, see, the situation sort of demands it. However, the bus terminal more than likely was not built for that. So I cannot go out on a limb and say, hey, well, you shouldn't do the person that. No, I can't do that, because what they have to do is to revisit what did the contract say. The initial contract that these people signed, what did it say? And then saying, hey, it's not that we want to do this, but we want to regularize this. Because if everybody goes to and they want to start a fried chicken, BJ,
you don't want to turn the bus terminus into a market.
No, you don't want to do that.
And I understand that you probably need to have control and all of those things, proper supervision to ensure that the place is well kept, because it's a place where everybody visits. I mean, that's where, most of the people, go to get the buses and stuff to travel different routes in the country. So you have to, keep it, spanking all the time, clean and nice and healthy. However, the point I'm making, Andre, we sort of we tend to be too dogmatic sometimes in our approach to dealing with certain things. And I'm not dealing with Kami's case here. I'm never ever going to the bus terminal in my entire life. I don't know what it looks like. I'm of the opinion, Andre, that sometimes we need to look into things in a more sensitive way. We tend to sometimes just draw a line across the board, and we say that's the case without really thinking in depthly about the stuff. For example, was it last night and the day before? Keep hearing this little chat on the ground whereby marketing board is now asking people who they owe to take a 50% haircut, something like that.
Yeah, do they owe you?
Huh?
Do they owe you?
Andre,
yeah. No, do they owe you?
The answer is yes or no. That's what you want to hear?
Do they owe you?
Yes, Andre.
Well, whatever they owe you, Bridget, they're asking you to forgive them 50%.
Yes.
Well, not marketing board. Marketing board is not asking you that,
Whatever exists now.
No, the government is asking you that. Not under the marketing board.
Don't know.
Because government is they're the one who is restructuring.
My point is very far from that, Andre. The point I'm making is that when you decide to do what you would have done, more or less the closure of marketing board, you should have an outline plan as to how you're moving forward. You don't do them in pieces. You don't react as the problem occurring. If you know that the liabilities are, 15 millions? know, then you say, okay, this is how we're going to take the approach. We're going to pay off the workers first. We're going to find the money to, but you tell people up front. Or we want everybody to partner with us so we can get ourselves out of this deep hole and start sailing smooth again. So people understand, Andre. The way we
don't make the decision and come and tell me like that.
Some of them decisions too impactful, Andre.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's like you get up overnight and you suddenly find that something needs to be done, and you just decide you're doing it without thinking properly.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that I have no problem with with things like that. The government asking for haircut, as far as I'm concerned. This happens all the time. However, it shouldn't be taking people by surprise. People should understand what is happening so they can adjust themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how farmers especially are going to feel about this, because I know it's not something that they're going to do. So open up their arms and say, okay, fine, yes, I welcome this. Because if farmers were to let us say that marketing board owes a farmer $10,000, you're asking that farmer to give up $5,000.
That's a lot in this time.
That's a lot of money. And as you said, BJ, what should have happened is that in all your consultations that you would have had, that should have come up. Exactly. You should have known that.
Exactly, Andre. Those things would just happen. There would have been indications that it's going to happen, and that's the existing situation, so you make the adjustment accordingly. But you tell people beforehand, not on the last. And you want people to partner with you. If you want people to partner with you, you need to provide information, Andre.
I don't
know. I'm not critical of any individual or any, government or whatever. I'm talking about a system that we need to correct. We don't, we take pride in manifesting and showing that we have power and we can use it anyhow. In our workplace, in our daily life, in everywhere, you find people get intoxicated with power. So they lose that humility, they lose that sense of humbleness. And that in itself is needed in order to lead people. Think about all the great people in the Bible. If you didn't humble God, humble you first, before you give you great things, And as soon as you start to behave arbitrary, you realize that, hang on, you say you need to humble yourself.
I'm really disappointed. I mean, and I feel it for the farmers would have to, at this particular point in time, who may have to accept this. That's not good. That's really
Andre,
good. That's not good.
Andre, if you know the futuristic plan of marketing board, where are you going? What next? There is no problem in leaving $5,000 in marketing board, It's when you're uncertain as to where this entity is going next.
And who is going to own it.
Who is going to own it. Then you have reluctancy. And I'm saying in the absence of those kind of information, it's difficult to make rational judgment and decisions.
It might, now that you've said that, BJ, it might have been a better thing to come to the farmer and say, okay, fine. Based on the fact that we don't have the cash, but let us look at what marketing board owes you, and we are going to make you a shareholder in the new marketing board. That might have been a better thing to do.
That might be more enticing.
More enticing. So our farmers say, well, hey, I own some shares there. I might, because they're looking to make it profitable anyway. So I own some shares there. So maybe...
why not?
Yeah.
You can make the sacrifice and contribute.
Because you owe me, you convert it into shares, no problem, go ahead. But you owe me and you're telling me, and you're telling me, watch, Bridget, I don't want to pay, so you got to take half. No. We've got a caller. Good morning.
Mr. Donald, sorry to come back in. I just want to stick up in you and BJ with what you are talking about. The contract, Mr. Donald, when Mr. This is George Rizan and I signed when I got that booty. they asked me what I want to sell. And I said I will be selling candies and drinks and, well, vegetables like ripe bananas and things so. You understand? And it's not every day I sell vegetables. Sometimes I have a hanafe or some yam that day and I bring it down and I sell it in my cart. But I don't know about the other people with the frying of the chicken. That don't concern me. The only start that they attack them too. But I sell candies and they tell me I cannot sell my candies in bottle, in a tray, in front of my door. And little biscuit. When children come from school, they snatch a biscuit in the tray. You understand? That is politics they play in them, Mr. Donald. They want to get rid of people like me because they're outspoken so they could bring their people. That is what's going on there. Because some of the own NDC supporters in there that selling sneakers and other clothes too, they give them the letter too. So that means everybody must go. And that is not right. That is not right, Mr. Donald. It's not every day to say, well, like, we want to bring like the market. Sometimes you have other members that have a booth and they come with 2 bunch of rice together, sit at the counter. You understand? I just put mine on the counter. But I have a tray and I'll put them in it so it don't disturb it. What they need to do is to clean the terminal. Not telling nobody, stop selling the marijuana and the cocaine there. That's what they must do. Because at the end of the day, since George Wilson was alive, you know, and that man dead how much years? That's to tell you. Have a good day, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to allowing me to speak out. Thank you, sir.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Have a nice one.
Bye-bye.
Good. Somebody just sent something here, BJ. It says, good morning to the Real FM family and friends. I guess Grenville is different because all booths in Grenville and the terminal is a restaurant. Like that's what.
Up country is different from the city as all the time.
Different. No. We're going to take a commercial break, friends, and we'll be back. Stay with us.
Yes. Agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh, yes. The number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture?
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents Soft Flower, Ocean Breeze, and the new Aloe Vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments.
Renlink, energizing our Grenada.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Andre Donald, his good friend and compatriot, BJ. Yeah. BJ morning again.
Morning, comrade Andre.
What is this comrade thing? I say friend, morning comrade.
I say compatriot. So me add another descriptive word for you.
No. Don't add nothing, partner. Don't add, you man.
Fred the word comrade.
Comrade.
Morning, colleague Andre.
That song's a lot better. That song's a lot better, boy. Because I remember Anthony Bosa said to me, you know, they ended up in they're going to I think it was the Soviet Union. They were going to Russia. I think it was, yeah. Him, I think it was Gloria Payne Banfield, Selwyn Strawn as the minister and thing, and they're going. So they have to go here, go there to get where they're going. They ended up in North Korea. And wasn't this young fella that in charge his father? So Tony said that Selwyn, they put them in a thing and they say, all kind, well, you know, they ain't speaking English, so all kind of things saying, and people looking angry and thing because where the strange people let them come from. So they locked them in a room. Yes, Selwyn, only don't worry, man. All of us is comrade. Papi, they lucky they come out and they ended up in jail. And still when they leaving, Tony says, Selwyn, Shannon is saying, don't worry, man, all of us is comrade.
comrade.
This comrade thing, let me stay out of that. Morning, Tony Boston. How you doing, sir? I haven't seen you for a minute. Trust that you're doing fine. Trust that everything is okay with you. Last time I saw you would have been at the Paris Sports. Speaking of sports, VJ, you went to what secondary school?
McDonald College.
Oh, I didn't do too well. They did quite well by fifth down in the bottom.
It's if you last is a position, and if you know what is to take last, then you probably shouldn't compete.
I don't.
Somebody going to end up last, you know.
I don't. And nothing more to say.
And it's a position.
Yeah, last is a position.
Yeah. You know, Andre, when I was going to school, I never forget that. One of the, I don't know if it's the discipline in running or whatever, I don't know. But there was a mandate that you have to finish the race. Even if you come in last, you have to finish the race. And I told you about this 200 meters that I was leading in. And I was in front. And when you're going around the bend, I just find everybody in front of me. So then I realized I can't catch up. I stop. And they hustle me up and they say, BJ, I stop and come out of the track, you know. They say, BJ, this is bad sportsmanship, you know. You have to finish the race, even if you come in last.
You have to finish.
You have to finish. You say last is a position, you have to finish.
Oh me, oh my.
So, you don't have to worry. But it's nice to see that we have an intercolor again.
Yeah.
Because over the last, whatever years, 2-3 years ago, we were having serious problems with COVID and whatnot. And it's good to see that the kids are back out and, doing their do and, showing all the, the potential. It's really great.
5-4-4, is that what it did? Or 4-5-5? 5-4-4, that's the increase, the percentage that the people
get. With teachers. Something to that extent. I heard it last night, but just...
So it's 13% basically over
3 years.
3 years. Dr. Mitchell, his was what, 12% over 3 years? So basically the same thing, not just a percentage difference. But you know what is interesting? Very interesting. I hear the union boss, meaning the teachers' union boss, now saying, "Hey, teachers, we're calling on you to do so and give honest, to paraphrase, honest days work for." And I'm like, but hold on, that didn't exist before. You didn't do that before.
It's supposed to be like that all the time.
That's what I'm thinking. When I hear him say that.
Andre, it's all about sometimes
crazy, man. That's crazy.
Intelligentsia, the educated people in our country. Sometimes it's better that they close them out rather than they open it. And every time they open it, sometimes they just sound really foolish.
Yeah.
I mean, Andre, how could you as an intellectual, how could you as a trained mind, how could you as a sensible, and now that it's over, I'm going to talk about it that way. How could you, as a normal patriotic citizen, how could you as a parent sit down, and not just you alone, with a group of smart mind, the so-called smart mind. How could you sit down and come up with a decision and say, something, the government is playing the fool with regard to, pay increase or whatever. You know what we're gonna do?
It wasn't pay increase, it was the fact that they had their monies docked from their salaries. When the days when they didn't work.
Something to that extent.
They didn't work and they wanted pay.
And then you're gonna turn around and the reason you give is based on some monetary value or whatever. You decide I'm not having extracurricular activities with the kids and we are dealing with a walk to rule and
no cricket, no football, no athletics, no netball, no nothing.
We just come and we say what we have to say in the classroom and we go home. Andre, this is the smart minds that come up with that decision,
Yeah, smart people. Smart people come, but they sit down and they come and they're watching every day. They're watching the children go lower and lower and lower, and they don't bother in.
Andre.
And no, BG. They come in and say, well, shoulders to the wheel, work harder. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what they're saying.
Andre.
That is so hypocritical.
Very few animals eat the young, you know. Snakes, they tend to eat the young. There are people in this country who have too many tongues in the mouth. They like snake, they have several tongues. Every time they speak, it's very deceitful. They're deceiving people. Today is good, tomorrow is bad. You never know where you stand with them. Andre, see this thing called money, man? That's the cause of all the problem in the world, the root of it. Some people will do anything for money. They will even sell their mother for money, and didn't realize that they're sacrificing their own family and their children for money. You are a monster. That's what you are. You are subhuman. You are just a creature. Yeah. Functional, intellectual. Qualified but stupid. Anyway, could you change the subject?
Agriculture. Oh yes.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, that's the number one. Oh yes.
Continuing with the agricultural program for today, Thursday, the 30th day of the third month, 2023. Another beautiful day in this wide and wonderful world that God has given us to live. My name is Andrew Donald, and together with me this morning, I've got BJ as per usual, but we have a guest this morning. He is none other than Mr. Ezekiel Samuels. Good morning, Mr. Samuel. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Donald. I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ezekiel Samuels. So when I hear Samuels, I think photography. Is that
You're
your
sure
brother?
right.
Is that your brother?
My brother.
Where is he?
He's here.
He's here?
Yes, he
Where?
lives here. He lives in Moya, but he does something else at the moment. He does trucking.
Oh, he does trucking.
Yes.
Okay, because I am Samuel. Yes. It doesn't ring a bell when it comes to agriculture, but it rings a bell when it comes to photography. Yeah, okay, sure. You must give him my regards.
Thank you, I'll do that.
Yeah, please give him my regards. All right. Well, you are affiliated to Best Practices Farmers Movement. Tell us, what is that?
Sure. It's a small farmers organization that embarks on climate smart agriculture. Mm-hmm. The whole purpose is basically to share technical knowledge and help in terms of market access and inputs for farmers, and to produce safe food for the public.
Okay. When you say, because this is something that we hear quite a lot, and I'm almost certain that most persons listening and hearing it believe they know, but they don't know. Right. So I'm going to ask you the question again. You just spoke of it. What is climate smart agriculture?
Climate smart agriculture actually deals with a number of practices which help to mitigate extremes in climate conditions. For instance, nowadays we are confronted with extreme rainfall during the rainy season, excessive rain, floods, hurricanes, and during the dry season, it's really dry. In fact, some places that are far away, like Argentina, these places are experiencing severe drought conditions, and that limit food production, food supply, and affect livelihoods. So the whole issue is climate mitigation and the practices that go along with it.
It's just a matter of putting yourself in a better position so as to produce food with the understanding that you are going to have challenges based on the weather.
Definitely. And some of those include simple practices like mulching on a plant so that we can enhance the moisture content of the soil, planting crops that are resilient and well adapted to the environment that we live in. Water management generally is a big aspect of farming under those conditions. So we kind of predict the effect that droughts and so will have on us, and we prepare in advance and we strategize. Another important aspect is the fact that with rising temperatures worldwide, a number of pests have proliferated themselves, and they actually consume the food that human beings should be consuming. We do not embark on the use of chemicals, synthetic chemicals, but we try a lot of cultural practices, be it repellent plants or plant association techniques, etc., so that we can minimize the effects of pests.
Right. But while I could understand, and I do understand the whole aspect of mitigating against pests, you're trying to use natural things, yeah? That's what you're saying.
Sure, right.
But someone like BJ may say, look, hey, I can't wait for that tree to grow, because by the time that tree to grow, that will help me protect my plants from those pests I did. So
Sure,
BJ
right.
might say, well, you know what? We need to spray this. How do you respond?
Yes, with anxiety, farmers tend to do that. But if you set up your farm designed in a particular way, and you do strip farming, for instance, you have hedges with repellent plants. Over a period of time, you notice that there would be a decrease. Now, what has given rise to the pests and diseases that are to crop production nowadays? It's because we're importing seeds which are not generally adapted to our situation here. And they cannot resist, the plants would not be able to resist the pests and the diseases that are confined to our environment. So what we do is that we select crops which have been thriving here very well for a number of years. They're indigenous crops, traditional crops that just grow and flourish. For instance, moringa. Which pests affect moringa?
I'm not a farmer yet, so I don't know.
Okay, but that's you might have brainstorm, but there is minimum effect to crops like that. Cassava, there is minimum effect as well too. If you look at some of the crops that I'm going to embark on this morning, I'll give you an early indication of the crops that we're going to look at during our deliberation. Edos, cassava, arrowroot, sweet potatoes, air potatoes. We have things like...
Are you saying all these crops are resistant to pests? Is that what you're saying?
To the majority of the pests. They are not brought down at all.
So, but let me ask you this. How does... Okay, so I have a hedge of cassava.
Beautiful.
And then I have cabbages here.
Beautiful.
And the cabbage, there's a pest in the cabbage. Are you telling me that because the cassava is planted here, it will have an effect, a negative effect on the pest?
Yeah. You just didn't know much about agriculture. But what you're actually saying there is supporting what I said earlier, that when you plant like that, you puzzle the pest sometimes. Because let's say you have the cassava, as I say, and cabbage, but then you have peaty bomb. White flies would not enter the plot to affect the cabbage, because the peaty bomb would create a scent that repels them, because white flies just don't associate themselves with peaty bomb.
Can I ask BJ to come in on that, and let's hear from another farmer?
Yes, that would be
BJ,
good.
You've been listening.
I tend to go along somewhat with Mr. Samuel. Climate smart farming is probably the way to go, because, I mean, let's face it, global warming is for real. And the way we used to do things, we have to adopt and adjust, or else we're going to have issues. We have this, all of a sudden, this huge torrential rain just can, without setting up, just fall in a localized area, and can cause serious problem with crops and whatnot. And I think the whole aspect of mulching is really important. It will assist your drainage, proper drainage, the planting of hedge, along areas that can be, easy prone to erosion, all of those things. With regard to the actual planting of crops itself to repel insects, yes, I think especially people who do in the domestic gardening, I think this can be very, very useful, because let's face it, every put on our back and put some chemical inside of this can and put on top plants. Some of those chemicals tend to get back into places where they're not supposed to be. Either in our waterway, in our stomach, either in animal stomach, And some of those chemicals are very, very, very poisonous. They don't really kill you instantly, but over a period of time, it does kill you. So I'm of the opinion that people who can afford to do those things, they probably should do them.
But BJ, my thing is, good practice, but a moringa tree is going to take forever to grow. So I'm of the opinion that while the grass growing, the husk stopping, because if I have to wait until moringa grows or until PT bomb grows so as to protect my cabbages, and I can't plant cabbage because of that, or I can't spray my cabbages because that's a bad practice, how am I going to live?
Well, I think one of the necessary characteristic, and it's very essential, of a farmer is that you need to have patience. If you don't have that, don't go on farm.
Okay. What's
Yes,
you?
lovely input. And every plant will have its life cycle. It may seem long to us, but it's safe to grow those plants under simple conditions. Soil management would actually enhance the performance of the plant. For instance, once you have enough nickel and receive enough and buffer. Now take for instance, if you look at the shelf life of tomatoes and cabbages that are grown rapidly under heavy chemical management, you notice that after a day or two, these produce with rot. And it's because it has little fiber and a lot of nitrogen in it. And it affects us. Something that BJ said that is very, very important in terms of health and well-being. We buy chemicals, they're very expensive. And with the world situation at the moment, the war in Ukraine, you notice that prices are really up, and farmers are struggling to sustain that kind of farming. Now we have to go back to organic farming. We have to go back to this traditional way, the way that we are oriented by our parents and grandparents, because the same chemicals that we buy so expensive, after a shower, we have to buy them over again, and usually in the form of fish. So when we think that fish is safe, we're actually fooling ourselves, because they would have consumed chemicals and they cut back to us again.
You're about to embark on what is called a forum, expo
An expo,
forum.
yeah.
Tell us about that.
Beautiful. It's a landmark event for best practices farmers movement. That's our inaugural forum. But we are given serious backing, and that's why we have the expo. This is taking place because of the Green Climate Fund, the government of Grenada, Caribbean Natural Resources Institute, that's Canary based in Trinidad, and you have best practices farmers movement, a number of farmers, and there is a Grenada-based NGO, we call it Interagency Group of Development Organizations, and we are all putting on this event together, and it will take place on the 5th of April, a week away, at the St. Patrick's Anglican School. It starts at, well, basically 10. We set up our booths at 10, and people can visit for a time. The official opening, where you'll get a keynote address by Dr. Guido Marcel, and the other folks will be presenting as well too. We hope that people from the ministry, minister, and someone else will present something.
You're hoping? That's
yes.
What you just said. You just said you're hoping.
Yes.
That should be a given.
Yes. I think it's positive, but so far the agenda has not been finalized, you know. So at 1 o'clock, yes, and the event comes to a close at 5:30 p.m.
And that will be in what date again?
On Wednesday, the 5th of April.
Of April. What are you hoping what are you willing to looking forward to come out of that?
Right. Initially, we are going to showcase a number of crops which are resilient to climate change. And we are reintroducing them because they have been here for a long time, but they have been neglected. It's not like in Jamaica where the crops are promoted like Usain Bolt would say, eat yam, because that's what really boosted him. And they will talk about the ackee, they'll boast proudly about that. But our crops have been pushed under the carpet for a long time because we are fed with information from school that were not authentic to Grenada. For instance, if you look into the food and nutrition books that children use at secondary school, you'll ask for Goya sauce. Nobody says, okay, there is some pity bomb behind the house you can use. You could use shadow benny. So we have been deculturized over the years, and we tend to go for the fast foods that are introduced from outside, and we forget that we have some slow foods here that are safer and healthier. So we're going to promote those crops. We're going to have samples of the plant itself. We'll have the fruit or parts of the plant that are eaten. We're going to have dishes that are prepared from those same items. Make it as attractive as possible so that people can sample and talk to their family, talk to their children, because householders are particularly invited, and they can start those things. But there is something very special about that. We are in St. Patrick's, but the base of our organization is actually St. Andrews. But we have come to St. Patrick's because of our affiliations over the years. We have been working with farmers. We have been working with the St. Patrick's Anglican School. And they have a serious program when it concerns school feeding, where you start from the garden to the kitchen, to the table. And we really appreciate that kind of an initiative. So we're going to work with them. We hope to work on the project for an entire year and see what feedback we get in terms of the response from the children.
What is the connection between best practices and Agency for Rural Transformation?
Right. We have worked with a number of organizations here, NGO, GOM, the Agency for Rural Transformation. They have been involving us in a number of activities that they hosted over the years. And we have grown through this organization. We are able to interact with a number of farmers organizations across the island because of the initiatives as well.
Okay.
They have been established for a long time, so they have access to other agencies as well, like Canary in Trinidad, and CPDC, which is Caribbean Policy Development. It's an organization in Barbados. So we have benefited tremendously from Agency for Rural Transformation.
Are they on board with you in relation to this expo that you can have?
Of course. In fact, they're using a new name. The last communication I had with the chairperson, and I included a name here, earlier I mentioned the name. It says Interagency Group of Development Organizations. It's the last communication I had. So
that is the new name?
I'm not sure, but I'll
But that looks like more pause a lot more than anything else.
No.
That interagency group. By the time I say inter, I forget the rest of it.
Yes, but Agency for Rural Transformation is
That's
existing.
art.
Yes,
Yes. The name is not for you, Andre. The name is for the donors, the people who provide the money.
The money, yes.
The bigger the name, maybe the more
But
funds
Agency
they
for
would
Rural Transformation was a big thing.
Yes,
even back during the PRG.
that outlived its use.
Okay. I would stand to be corrected, but that was the last communication I had from Sandra. So it could be that
who's that, Sandra Ferguson?
Yes, it would have involved us to as an umbrella organization doing this project together.
Mr. Samuels. While you were speaking, I was going through my mind. There was a chap that came by sometime last year.
Yes.
And he was speaking in similar context.
Right.
I have the opinion that in collaboration with those organizations, and probably government to a certain extent, that it'd be really sensible, fruitful, and smart if a demonstration plant can be set up with all the modern and involving techniques with regard to doing climate smart farming. So the people who are interested wouldn't just be hearing about it once every 5-6 months, but actually can have hands-on experience, actually go and see what is actually taking place there. Because whether we want to accept it or not, if we don't look after our soil properly, we're going to run into trouble. We already start running into trouble. If you notice, the places we used to grow lots of watermelons and cantaloupe and all of those things, you don't have depleted soil or you have a buildup of disease. And in both cases, is because we are not farming properly. We are not functioning together with nature. We are sort of fighting against nature. And there is a natural law that says that he who set out to destroy nature will eventually be destroyed by nature himself.
All right, we have a call online. Let's take that call. And here, if it's a question, we can try to answer. And if it's something that we have to comment on, then we'll comment for the listener to hear. So let's go to the phone line and say good morning.
Good morning to Mr. Andrew Donald and good morning to Mr. BG. It's not really a question, but a comment on to some of the things that you said there, or what has been said. In terms of what the government have just said in concerning the marketing board and the person that the marketing board owe.
Clifford.
Yeah.
Clifford.
Yeah.
We had a discussion before on marketing board. We are entertaining now Mr. Ezekiel Samuels of Best Practices Farmers Movement from Moya in St. Andrews, and we are trying to get information from him in relation to a forum and an expo that they're having. And that is where our conversation is right now. To bring in marketing board will be doing disservice to Mr. Samuels.
All right, sir.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. It will be held on the 5th of April. It starts at 10 a.m. and continues until 5:30 p.m. And that's going to be on the 5th of April at the Anglican School in Satiers in St. Patrick. Why not the bus terminus?
Right. Because of the affiliation with the school.
Oh.
Yes.
Right. Because I was wondering, why not the bus terminus? Because, but will school be on vacation that time?
Sure, right.
They will be. Okay, right. That's how I was wondering why, but because cooperation with the school. Go ahead.
Apart from the different stations highlighting the various plans, you would have other organizations and other farmers technically showcasing what they're doing. For instance, there's a lady who would have some moringa product, a fellow with sea moss and honey. You would have a lady from Sotes who runs a small food business, should be presenting as well too, the thing that she's doing. But the school too is going to have the particular booth, and they will showcase what they're doing in terms of food and nutrition and farming.
We have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Go ahead, please.
What video is saying is so correct. And I think to go the modern way, in that way practically, the word planning is very important. If you know you're going to get into that type of farming, then you plan and you plant your pest protection before you start planting your vegetables. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, and have a wonderful day. Yes, go ahead.
What Vijay was saying is so valuable that we need to set up a model of the organic farming. And we have tried, every farmer who is a member of Best Practice would have his plot showcasing some of the practices that we actually embark on. When we did work with GOME, the organic movement in Grenada, headed by Dr. Dunson Campbell, we were fortunate to visit a number of plots where those activities were taking place. So the farmer had a very first-hand idea of what was going on. But within our own realm, we do try to set up those things. But government will and government input is so necessary. One of the outcome of this program, because it actually runs for 1 year, is to initiate a seed and germplasm bank.
Okay.
Be it centralized or decentralized. So we'll have a directory saying, okay, that Mr. Bertrand BJ has Karaili seeds, that variety. He has Bokusu, he has same, you know? And that too will help the people who patronize us. For instance, if there is a hotel that needs to consume some indigenous crops so that tourists can sample, etc., they will find the information on directory.
What is the role of SIAP in all of this?
Oh, very good. SIAP is more than willing to come on board. SIAP has extended technical support to us. And, we want to build that relationship with SIAP. I think SIAP is definitely going to make an impact as we move on with the project.
All right. Our time has now moved on to 6 minutes before the top 9 o'clock hour. So this is what time for us to start wrapping. The message you are sending out is that there is this function, forum, expo, which is going to take place at the St. Patrick's Anglican School right here in St. Patrick. And that's going to be on Wednesday, it is August?
Wednesday the 5th of
Wednesday
April.
the 5th of April. Now, farmers would have gotten, those listening would have gotten that message.
Sure.
However, if you were to speak to someone who is not necessarily into agriculture but thinking about it, what would you say to them in relation to this function to be held on Wednesday?
It's going to be an eye-opener. An eye-opener for students because the general public is invited to that important activity, and so it is. Students, householders, then the schools, operators of small hotels and restaurants, the businessmen and so it is, the funding agencies like Cooperative Bank, the Credit Union at River Sally. We invite farmers generally to come because we think that this is the way to go and this is the style of farming and the style of dietary consumption that actually belong to Grenadians. So we need to push that. We need to get into that cultural frame of mind so that we can build resilience, we can enhance livelihoods, we can create that safe methodology of farming within our communities. I think that school children generally would spread the news. Once they attend with the teachers, they will be able to extend that information. But there is an urgent call at the moment for attendance at that expo and forum.
Let me thank you very much for coming this morning, and whatever else we can do here at Real FM to assist you in terms of promoting this event.
Thank you.
Be rest assured that you can ask, and I'm sure that management will deal with you. But I have a little secret for you. I'm going to expose your business for a bit. You didn't say that you were a teacher before, but Hazel just said good morning to Mr. Samuels, my former teacher at the Grenville Secondary School. Hazel says good morning.
Good morning, Hazel.
So, yeah, you try to hide it from us, but Hazel, put your business on the street.
It's all part of just help. Yeah.
Pierre, before we disappear, would also like to make that point that I think is slipping a lot of people. That when you hear climate smart farming or climate smart agriculture, a lot of people seem to think what is involved here is organic farming. That is not really true. There are a lot of scientific ways, modern ways, methods that people use to mitigate against global warming and changes in climate and stuff. And there are also climate smart farming. So it's not just the organic aspect of things, which is a main focus in the whole scheme of things. But it's not just that alone. So the people who may have the commercial ingredient, there is no problem in they showing up and and if you merge the two together, you'll probably end up with a better formula.
All right. Thanks, BJ and Mr. Samuel. Thank you.
Just before you close, I would like to give some kudos to Gradient farmers, especially the older folks, because what we do in climate smart agriculture are the old practices that have now become trendy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful day. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. And here this morning with me, of course, was my good friend BJ and also Mr. Ezekiel Samuel, who shared the final half an hour with us. Join us again next week, Thursday. And maybe next week, Thursday, we might invite Mr. Samuels to come back and so he can tell us exactly how the function went. We'd love to see you next week, Thursday morning, Mr. Samuels. Is that okay?
That will be one day after the
yeah, so he can speak to how. So we'll see you next Thursday. All right, great. Take care. It's Real. It's 91.9, 91.5. This program came to you this morning with the compliments of our good friends at Gittins.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items.